Hi there. This is a video to do with ICBC insurance, which is the government provincially run car insurance for the province of British Columbia in Canada. Lately in the news, there's been a pretty common topic about ICBC wanting to raise rates 5%, which is probably very much unnecessary and is probably somebody trying to dig into our wallets, be it a politician or the execs at ICBC. Take your pick, they're kind of one and the same. Now, I'm not going to offer too much in political views. I'm kind of when it comes to politics, I'm more of a none of the above. I don't like any of them. I don't trust any of them. I think they all lie to us. I don't have a political party I like, to be blunt, provincially or federally. I really don't have any options, as far as I'm concerned, that fit what I believe in. Anyway, there seems to be a lot of misinformation regarding privately run insurance. And what I want to caution people that live in the province of BC from is how big of a ripoff privately run car insurance is. Now, I'm originally from Ontario. I moved out here about 4 years ago. And this is where it first became so blazingly obvious to me. At the time of moving out to BC, I'd been insured in Ontario ever since I was 16. So do math here, over 30 years. And of that 30 years, I had 20 years clean driving when I got here. And I mean that quite literally. I think I might have had some minor infractions, such as parking tickets. I think I had one from about 15 years ago for an under 15 kilometer an hour speeding, whatever. Basically, I got caught in a speeding trap where the speed was reduced coming into town, and I didn't slow down fast enough, and I got nailed by it. But other than that, I had no accidents or anything like that. So I was in probably one of the best categories you can get under the private insurance, and I thought I had good rates. And compared to some of the other people in Ontario, I did have very, very good rates. So when I got out here and I decided to switch the plates over and get insurance for my less than 2-year-old Jeep, I went to ICBC and I didn't have any paperwork from Ontario. It never occurred to me to bring it, and it would take about 3 weeks for me to get everything together to present to them. And the lady at ICBC said, "That's okay, you're going to have to pay the higher rate. We can just insure you for 3 months." Surprise, Ontario isn't nearly that flexible. You can only do 1-year allotments. That's aside from the thing that actually ICBC is pretty flexible. Something you're not going to see in private industry. And she told me my rates would be fairly expensive until I got my paperwork. I'm like, oh well, you know what, just for a short-term amount of insurance, I'll just bite the bullet. I just wanted to get BC plates on, get my insurance looked after, and not have to worry about it. And just mail my paperwork when I was ready or drop it off. No big deal. When she told me the quote, my jaw hit the floor. It was cheaper than what I was paying in Ontario. As a new driver of the same age, same vehicle, it was cheaper than what I was paying in Ontario as somebody with 20 years, pretty much a flawless record. Well, so, who thinks that the good deal is for private insurance in Ontario? It's like, seriously, you really want to think twice about privatization. So needless to say, once I got my record transferred over, which was they could only bring over 7 years, which was the maximum length for an abstract, or I'm not sure what the reasoning was, but I could only bring 7 years, which gave me a 35% discount, which meant my full-blown insurance was way cheaper than Ontario. It was nearly half. After I built up 9 years, which is the maximum rate, 45% or 43% discount, sorry, it is less than half than what I was paying in Ontario. What more do I need to say? And you know what? None of the information I've seen online backs up my experience. So you really got to wonder where this information is coming from. And there is no tracking of insurance prices other than from the private insurance industry. So whatever data they care to feed us is going to be subject to whether they lie or not. And when you think about the insurance in BC, from my experience on my rate, which really isn't all that exceptional, I'm not really that different than anybody else, so I'm sure it's going to be the same story kind of across the board. ICBC makes a tidy profit offering insurance to me at less than half what the private industry does in Ontario. So how much money does a private industry in Ontario actually make on their auto insurance? And keep in mind also, the private industry in Ontario really likes to throw around how little money they make on auto industry and how they lose money on it, and they're just doing it to be nice and because the government kind of makes them do it. Seriously, it's such a blatant lie, it's not funny. So whenever you're searching around for information on the topic, there's really only one way you can go. It's this. Phone. Pretend you're moving to one of these other provinces and call around. If you really care about this issue, call around at a couple brokers in Canada, get quotes like you're moving to those provinces. Make sure you're sitting down, nice comfy seat, have a stiff drink handy maybe, or something you like a coffee. You're probably going to need it. Because seriously, the private insurance industry is just the biggest scam ever. It's like, where else do you hit a profit margin like that? It's like everybody likes to throw rocks at the banks. And you know what, I could be one of those too. There's certainly parts about the whole lending of money and how much money they're able to make on it and what kind of risk they kind of pass on to the taxpayer. I certainly have some things to say about it, but you know what? They don't hold a candle to the insurance industry. Man, what a ripoff. So, before you think of penalizing ICBC and going that route about attacking them or getting them back in line, private insurance is not the way to go. We need to keep the politicians from digging into our pockets. That's for absolute certain. We need to keep an eye on what the ICBC execs are getting paid. It's not like they're risking life and limb for us. They're doing a good job. They're being a professional. I hope they're doing a good job. But I'll say it again, private industry is not the way to go. Don't believe me? That's fine. Don't trust the media either. Really, don't. Call around, get your own facts. Let's face it, the insurance industry has a humongous horse in the race, and the amount of disinformation they can put out there for very cheap compared to what the money they can potentially make off us, they're going to lie. We already know they lie. We've established that. I don't think anybody'd be surprised to hear that. Let's face facts. Another point to present too is, as much as ICBC can be a pain in the ass to collect from, they, again, don't even hold a candle to the private industry. Private insurance in most of Canada is more than willing to spend $5 to stop you from collecting $1. It's just, it sets precedent, so in the long run, it's nothing personal, but if they can stiff you, that means it's going to be that much easier to stiff the next guy. So the whole purpose of having insurance is kind of, it's almost negligible. You really got to think long and hard before you spend any more than you're legally obligated to. Because chances are you're going to have to spend an awful lot of money fighting with them to get what you agreed to benefit from if something happens. So that's another thing to consider. ICBC is, I hear it's no cakewalk to deal with either, but I don't think they quite have as much money invested in lawyers as the private industry. So there's that to consider too. So I think I'll wrap up the video on that. Not probably one of my better structured videos or anything like that, but I really want people to rethink the knee-jerk reaction. Oh, let's just go private insurance and be done with ICBC. You know what? ICBC isn't that bad of a deal. It really isn't. You know, there's good and bad with it, just like anything. But at least government run, you know what? We have a certain element of control that we can do some pretty... We do have a certain amount of control over the politicians, whereas private industry, we're really at their mercy. And again, look at the other provinces and see what's happening in some of them with private industry. That being said, have a good day. Cheers.